never called me about it. You couldn't find the FBI director and you never called the deputy? So weird. Sounds like more of a statement about you than about him, even if it were true, which it's not. And I had said to you, this looks like an op, because I know there's a body of work that's being produced by the FBI that over the course of weeks and months is going to become public. You saw some of it yesterday, and it's strange. It was almost like it was targeted, this op, to take out Director Patel right before the big announcement yesterday. So weird. Justin, the timing is Justin's like, I don't know, man. That's just crazy. Now does it all make sense? Why they are so desperate to get rid of Kash? Let's talk about op number one for a second. Then we'll go into a lot of detail. We'll talk about Virginia. We got a lot. We got Vince Colonnese, one of my favorite interviews coming on later. So don't miss that. Big interview tomorrow too, which I'm really excited about. I'll talk about that at the end of the show. This is op number one. The doomers and black pillars, these people who pretend to be, this is the first op, right? They pretend to be in our tent. They are not. I don't know who's paying them. I don't know if it's allegiance to a candidate they want to run in 2028. Bottom line is they want to destroy the MAGA movement, period. From inside our own tent. The doomers will go first with a story. Kash is a space alien. The liberal media will then run with said story. Kash is in fact a space alien. And then like the next day, a story will come out about something Kash is working on that deeply impacts both the doomers and want you to believe nothing is happening and the liberal media who's worried about what's actually happening. You get it? Am I right or am I right? They both have the same goal, get rid of Trump. They do it from different angles. The doomers want you to believe nothing's happening. The liberal media is worried about what's actually happening. But they both want to get rid of Kash before said thing happens. Because if it happens, nothing is happening looks stupid. And when it happens, the liberal media doesn't like it because what was happening was helping them. Does that explain it? Jasmine, does that explain it or not? Same goal, different ends. The liberal media runs with the football after the doomers start the story. And then they all face plant when what they said wasn't happening and what they're worried about happening actually happens. Folks, there's a lot more coming. I have told you now for over a year that just because you don't see things happening today doesn't mean they're not happening. And I think you saw that yesterday. And you're going to see a lot more. You can stick with the doomer bullshit. You're just going to constantly wind up with scrambled eggs all over your face. I got a lot to talk about today. Today is going to be a big show, a lot to address. Virginia, last night I saw someone put in the chat earlier. It was one of the McGroins said, Dan, give me something to look forward to. There's a lot to look forward to. Virginia's it's not great. I'm not going to sit here and put, icing on a cake. Oh, it was awesome. We lost the redistricting gerrymandering thing last night. That's not great news. We still have the courts in Virginia. I'm not really optimistic about that. Not many people are. However, there's also a Florida initiative that if Governor DeSantis saves the day, will essentially or could completely wipe out any gains they had in Virginia. So I'm not telling you it was great. It was not. It was a loss. A loss. I'm just telling you the fight's not over. We'll get to that too. A lot to discuss today again. Hey, feeling your energy isn't the same? That's your NAD dropping. I am a huge fan of NAD. Absolutely love it. Look it up yourself. Amazing, amazing product. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com/Bongino. Learn more about NAD today. Use code Bongino30 for 30% off. Amazing stuff. Paula uses it too. Prescription required and provided if appropriate. Thank you, All Family Pharmacy. Today's show also brought to you by My Patriot Supply. Listen to me. Zone in on me. There is no excuse not to be prepared, okay? With all of this stuff going on, the potential for attacks on our industrial control systems, cyber attack, The Iranians trying to get a nuclear weapon. There is no excuse not to be prepared. It is insane not to. Be prepared today. Use my friends at My Patriot Supply. They told me something that should get your attention. They're slammed right now. Why? Orders are pouring in at levels they haven't seen since the Biden years. It tells you everything you need to know. People are concerned. Listen, a little bit of worry, if it encourages you to prepare, is a good thing. Many people are worried. They're getting prepared. They're getting prepared right now. The question is, are you getting prepared? Because there seems to be a lot of instability out there right now. And you know who will save you if things go sideways? The answer is nobody. You better save yourself. Don't wait for the neighbors to come and save you. You are responsible for your own family. You guys know My Patriot Supply. They've been with me for years. I use them. I buy the stuff. I don't even ask them for like freebies or anything like that because I just like their stuff. They're the original Patriot preparedness company. Right now at preparewithdan.com, you'll get a 3-month emergency food supply. They'll include a free mega protein upgrade and an incredible $200 bonus. Love this company, one of my original sponsors. I use them all the time. Get prepared today. Get your emergency food and your supplies today. Go to preparewithdan.com. Get your emergency food supply handled. Do it today. Again, that's preparewithdan.com. Thank you, My Patriot Supply. Fellas, let's go. So, that's op number one. Once you see this op, the doomer op, you can never unsee it. There is a reason people within our tent and Podcastistan and elsewhere want you to believe that nothing is happening. And it's because they have an interest in 2028 in a different candidate other than who's going to take the MAGA mantle. You will, folks, you will thank me right after the midterms when the presidential primary heats up. When you start to see more of this, nothing is happening, you're going to be like, wow, Bongino's right. All this stuff's happening, and these people keep insisting Donald Trump isn't doing anything or his administration. Why are they doing that? Oh, look, this person's working for said candidate, or this person's working for this group, or this person's getting foreign money. There's a reason. The op is clear. The doomers throw it out there. The liberal media picks it up. They both want Trump gone. Now, I put this out on my Twitter last night. If you're not following me, I am at Dan Bongino on X, Twitter. Last night, of course, many of you heard about it. If you haven't, it was a huge case. It's been worked on by a long time by the Department of Justice and FBI. You see, I put more things are happening in all caps. Department of Justice, so it's happening now. Justice Department announced an indictment against the Southern Poverty Law Center for secretly funneling more than $3 million in funds to members of white supremacist and extremist groups. Really? I thought they were. Now, these are allegations. Everybody's innocent till proven guilty. That is how the process works, and I mean it. However, these are very serious allegations. I thought they were fighting extremist groups. The allegations in the report are that they were funding them too at the same time. That's kind of weird. So I just found it awfully interesting. And by the way, I'm just reading news in the media space like you are right now. But I found it awfully weird that this attack timed on Kash about BS stories about they couldn't find him or whatever. He magically disappeared like Casper the Ghost or something. I found the timing of it weird because, you know, a lot of this stuff is going to eventually come out. As a matter of fact, the media report made me believe something was going to come out. So I'm like, this is kind of strange. So then I noted this on yesterday's show where I said to you, starting to make sense now? I put it out on Twitter. Flag it, I noted. Nanlee Marie Karasimi, an account I really like. The hit on Kash Patel is going to make a lot of sense very soon. There's a reason the media and Democrats want him out now. That didn't take long. All starting to come together. Now let's talk about another op you all should recognize by now because it's pretty clear. This is the op where these people randomly show up at rallies. They show up at rallies and they pretend to be part of the MAGA coalition. They have signs like, "We love Hitler," the Nazis are the best. they're like, they have signs like, we hate black people or whatever. And you're like, wow, who the hell is this guy? Like that's, and ironically, it's the MAGA people kicking them out of the rallies. Like, hey man, that's not our thing. Like, I don't know. You must be some kind of lefty. Now, conservative activists and MAGA folks have been suspicious about this for years because the left constantly lies about these things. If it looks like an op, it walks like an op and smells like an op, maybe it's an op. And one of the most significant left-wing ops of all time in politics, up there with the Russia hoax, was the Fine People hoax. Remember the Charlottesville rally that ended in tragedy? Remember afterwards, Donald Trump, I will play for you this video in a second so you can see it yourself, lefties. This may be the first time you hear this. Donald Trump gives a quick speech from Trump Tower about this. You're going to see a couple of his folks in the background. And Donald Trump is asked about the Charlottesville rally after the tearing down of statues. And Donald Trump clearly says that there were fine people on both sides. But he says at one point, I am not talking about this group of people. Now, lefties, I know you've heard the fine people. He called white supremacists fine people. Did he? I know many of you were hearing this for the first time. Check this out.
You had some very bad people in that group, but you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group, excuse me, I saw the same pictures as you did. You had people in that group that were there to protest the taking down of, to them, a very, very important statue and the renaming of a park from Robert